In this video, we're going to talk about Bibles. We're going to talk about different kinds of Bibles, mainly study Bibles. Owning a study Bible can be very, very helpful. So the first Bible we will be talking about today is the ESV Church History Study Bible. And this is a very fascinating Bible. And so this Bible here gives commentary from people in church history, which is very fascinating, very nice. It can almost help you feel like you're reading with the people of church history. So in this Bible, it has people like Martin Luther, it has people like John Owen, Spurgeon, it has people like Matthew Henry, Jonathan Edwards, and it has a lot of people from the Reformation. I would say this Bible is great. ESV Church History Study Bible, very fascinating. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite Bible, but it's still good. I'm not making this video to criticize these Bibles. I just want to guide you guys to find the best study Bible for you to use. This Bible here, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's tackling the exact text that I'm wanting to study. It feels like kind of broader. It doesn't go as in depth in every verse as I kind of wanted to sometimes. It's nonetheless a very good Bible to have. I just wish it could go a little bit more in depth sometimes. Sometimes I wish there were commentary on verses that there is no commentary on. But it's nonetheless a great study tool. The Church History Study Bible also have just a little bit of an introduction before each book in the Bible as well. I wish they would have gone a little bit more in depth as well in these introductions, but again, don't get me wrong, this Bible is still really good. So while the last Bible had a focus on people from all of church history, this Bible has more focus on people from the early church. So this is called the CSB Ancient Faith Study Bible. And now this one I think is amazing. This is a really good Bible. I really like this one. This one I feel like kind of sometimes goes a little bit more in depth. It's kind of covering more verses than the other Bible. I really do find the comments and the commentary on the Bible verses a little bit more helpful, a little bit more deeper than the other Bible. I actually do like this Bible a little bit more. Again, the other one is still very good. It's still very helpful to have. This Bible here will also have like random quotes I can show you guys here. Like this is a quote from Augustine. Yeah, very pretty Bible as well, just in general. So the very interesting thing about the Ancient Faith Study Bible is also that it will have something called Twisted Truth. And so here, for example, it might be a little hard to see for you guys right here, but it will talk about, it says Twisted Truth and it says modalism. So it will basically explain what is modalism and why it is wrong, which can be very helpful to understand. And so it will talk about that. It will talk about Gnosticism. It will talk about a lot of different things. That's also very fascinating. And they also have like articles in here, like this one here saying praying to God as Father. They will have a lot of these kind of articles, and I feel like they have a little bit more text on the introduction of each book of the Bible as well. So here you can see that. So this book is a very fascinating Bible. It's a very pretty Bible. I would recommend this one. I like this Bible here. If you want to feel like you live with the early church, this is a great Bible. I love this Bible. The next Bible I want to talk about is the Evidence Study Bible. If you're familiar with Living Waters, we with School Apologetics absolutely recommend Living Waters, to take a look at them, to learn from them, listen to their podcast. They're amazing, really cool. So they have their own study Bible. This is the NKJV, the Evidence Study Bible. And so this is very fascinating. This Bible doesn't go as in depth from verse to verse, but it will help you with your apologetics. It says here, the key to reaching the lost. And so they have a lot of articles right this in the Bible where you can basically read about apologetics, the key to reaching the lost, about the problem with the evil, a lot of these kind of different things, which is like super helpful when you go evangelize. So this is a very good like evangelism Bible. I find this to be a very good Bible with evangelism in mind. You know, the Bible will still have some footnotes, but it just doesn't have as much footnotes as the other Bibles. I wish they had more footnotes. That's my personal preference. The articles in this book is worth it by itself. I would recommend this just for the articles itself. They're very helpful. So they don't really have like any introduction of each book of the Bible, which is not really their purpose. So I'm gonna let that slide. I would say that this is a Bible I would recommend, absolutely. So the next Bible I want to recommend is the ESV Study Bible. This has been my favorite Bible for the longest time. Now I'm in between this Bible and the next Bible I'm going to introduce next. But the ESV Study Bible is amazing. This is probably one of the Bibles I would recommend for most people. This is really, really good. They go really in depth in every verse. This Bible doesn't necessarily just take one view either. It shows you different kinds of views on different topics, which is very, very good and helpful. It will tell you, like, for example, about the different views on the end times, so it doesn't just say on the end times, like that this is going to happen or this is going to happen. No, it tells you some people view it this way, some people view it that way, and that's very, very helpful. So it doesn't force you to have a certain belief. I love that about this Bible. And so you can see in the footnotes here, the footnotes are very, very helpful. There's a lot of footnotes in this Bible as well. This Bible has a lot of footnotes, more than the other Bibles I've shown so far. Actually, the next Bible I will show, I think, have more footnotes. I personally think the more footnotes, the better for me. It might be a little hard for you to see right here, but it says 5 controversies from Mark 2, 1 through 3, 6. It gives you great context and it gives you great points to study here in the footnotes. So this is absolutely a Bible I absolutely love, and it's been very helpful in my Bible study. This Bible will also have maps over regions and stuff as well, which is very, very helpful when you study the Bible. Here's a great example of a good map in this Bible. And this Bible as well gives really good introductions to each book of the Bible. It's very good at helping you understand each book of the Bible. And so here it talks, for example, about author and title, date, theme, purpose, occasion, and background, timelines. And look at this timeline. This timeline is great. You can kind of see the years right here, and then you can see what happened those years right here. It gives you key themes of the book you're about to read, and it gives you history of salvation summary, and then it gives you literary features. At the end of the Bible, it will also show you different articles that you can read that will educate you on certain topics. For example, Jehovah's Witness, Christian Science, New Age movement, and a lot of that kind of stuff. So this book, this ESV Study Bible, I highly recommend. This is a very good one. I would absolutely recommend you getting either this Bible or the next one I am about to show you guys. So this next Bible I'm about to show you, I also absolutely love this. This is the MacArthur Study Bible, the NASB MacArthur Study Bible, and you can get this Bible in different translations as well. The last Bible I talked about was the ESV Study Bible and the MacArthur Study Bible. One of the reasons why these two are my favorite Bibles is because I feel like the commentary on these Bibles are more direct. It's more expository, as we say. Sometimes with the other church history study Bibles, it feels like they focus more on the person who talks about the text than the text itself. This book has even more notes than the ESV Study Bible. I absolutely love it. Look at Romans 1. Look at all of these footnotes right here, and this is the text. Personally, for me, I just think the more footnotes, the better. I just love having a lot of footnotes in my Bible. I love it. It just helps me getting a better understanding of what I read. So personally, I really like it. My only concern about this Bible, it hasn't been giving me as much of a different viewpoint on certain topics like the end times. Like the other Bible, ESV Study Bible, I found it to give me a little bit better different views on end times. I wish it would give a little more different views on certain topics. But other than that, this Bible has been so good. I've been blown away of how good the footnotes in this Bible is. And this has also pictures in it and maps, which is always very helpful. And before each book of the Bible, it will have an introduction talking about title, author and date, background and setting, historical and theological themes, interpretive challenges, and outline. This and the ESV Study Bible will have a better introductory on each book of the Bible than the church history study Bibles. And at the end of the Bible, it will also have a overview of theology, which can be helpful as well. It will talk about God, it will talk about man, it will talk about salvation and stuff like that. One of my concerns was that it was just going to be one man and his opinions, but I think it's worth noting that MacArthur had a team behind him making this Bible, so it's not just him alone, but he will basically take the full responsibility for what's in this Bible. That said, this Bible is fantastic. I would absolutely recommend this Bible. So this Bible and the ESV Study Bible is the two Bibles I would absolutely recommend. Alright, so this will be the bonus round. I have 3 more Bibles I want to talk about. These Bibles, I don't know if you can technically call study Bibles, but they're still Bibles that can be helpful for your Bible study. So the first Bible I want to talk about is the NET Full Notes Edition. So what is so interesting in this Bible, as you can see here, is that all of the Bible text is right here, and then all of these notes on the side is all about why they chose to translate it the way they translated it. They will explain to you their thoughts of why they translated certain words when translating the Bible. But if you're looking for just a normal study Bible, I probably wouldn't recommend this Bible. This Bible is probably more for people who are very interested in translations, languages, and knowing why they translated certain things in a certain way. Alright, so the second book I would recommend in the bonus round is the Holy Land Illustrated Bible, and this is a very fascinating Bible. So this Bible actually features more than 1,100 images, maps, and illustrations with descriptive captions. It has more than 275 full-length articles from biblical illustrator magazines to provide greater insight and understanding, and so much more. And if you couldn't already tell, I was just reading from the back. It will show you a lot of pictures like this right here about places where people walked back in the day, and we'll show you other pictures of archaeological proofs that will prove the Bible to be real. You can find other pictures in this book of like how things would look like back in the time, so you can almost feel like you're in their time and culture reading this Bible. So the third and last bonus Bible I want to talk about is this devotional Bible. This is actually a Bible I do highly recommend if you want a second Bible after your study Bible. This Bible is called Spurgeon and the Gospels. So Spurgeon lived in the 1800s, and he was an amazing preacher. He has so many amazing quotes. You will get blown away how sophisticated, how beautiful his language was. And I think the best way to explain what this book is just reading straight from the introductory page. It says, "This devotion presents a short passage from Spurgeon's sermons and writings for each chapter of the 4 Gospels to aid us in our meditation on Christ as we listen to a voice from the excellent glory. May we also be captivated by the Savior." So this book will basically give you a little glimpse of his sermons right here, and then it will give you the full chapter of whatever book you're going to read. So this right here is Spurgeon talking on the topic of Matthew 16, and then you have the chapter Matthew 16 under here, and then the next pages, of course. But this is a great devotional book. I would absolutely recommend this book as well. All right, there we have it. That's all the Bibles. Reading the Bible by yourself can be a little hard sometimes, but having that study Bible just really helps you understand the text better. That's probably why I would recommend the ESV Study Bible or the MacArthur Study Bible. Both of them I highly recommend. Let me know your favorite study Bible in the comments down below if you have one, and thank you so much for watching this video. And I think there's just one thing to say: live bold, speak truth, show love.